you ever feel like the world is so loud to the point that you can't even hear your own self think? Like, I'm just really just starting to realize how much we really dead serious like consume from advertisement, from social media, from the food, from just everything. Like, and it's like now I'm like, the more aware that I'm being, especially like the more you focus on yourself, the more like aware you start to be, like, in general. I just realized like this week that like I'm in a season of like isolation, right? I mean, I've been in this season, but like now it's like I'm being very intentional about what that season is and why it's really necessary, because it really gives you a place of understanding like, okay, certain things needs to change, especially if you know where you're trying to go. What I'm learning for real, if I can be so real with y'all, what I learned is everything does not need a response. And sometimes it's best to just be quiet and observe what is going on. Because you may be missing something because you always yapping and talking. Like, if you just be quiet for a minute, you can probably see the clearer picture. Active listening is very important in life because you are able to have more awareness on what's going on and more awareness on what you need to do intentionally for your life or what needs to be done within your purpose. I love to speak for myself. I used to be, and I still struggle with this, I still sometimes get to a point when I'm so caught up in my emotions and I be so quick to respond versus than actually listening. That really hinders your growth for real. Like, just because you got the answer doesn't mean it's the answer. Okay, I don't know if you got what I was saying. Just because you got the answer does not mean that's the answer for the situation. Okay, it's very important for you to take your time and actually use your listening skills. And you have to develop these skills, okay? Listening is a skill. Active listening is a skill. And in order to gain that skill, you gotta shut it up. You gotta be quiet, okay? And for so long, I had people telling me that. But it's just the way how they told me, okay? Don't tell me to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be having me like, hold on. First of all, don't say like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say in a loving way for you. Sometimes everything doesn't need a response. Sometimes it's better to listen because you may be missing something important because of speaking too much. See, that's a better way to come at it. Instead of be like, girl, you need to shut up. But if you're a direct person that needs that, girl, you need to shut up. Okay? Learning is that, especially when you want to gain emotional maturity, especially when you want to grow and become, step into your grown woman era, you have to be in a position to starting to discern. Discern means actually paying attention to what's going on around you so you can stop being caught up in these cycles. If you know in your heart of who you are truly, and you keep going through these seasons of the constant negativity, arguing with people, fighting, so on, all that negativity mess, it's because something in this relationship dynamic has not been addressed in a positive way. And sometimes it's up to you as a bigger person, and I don't even say bigger person, a person that has self-awareness, knowing that you do not want to be in this constant cycle. It's time for you to step back in these situations, observe the situations, and move accordingly. Because you're going to be going on 25, 30, 40, 60, 70 years old doing the same stuff because you are not being aware about what's going on and wanting to be right all the time. It's time to choose what you want. It's time to choose the value that you want in your life. And sometimes that may look like peace, because that's what it looks like to me. And if I wanted peace, I got to move like I want peace. Oh. Now I want to talk about isolation, right? And isolation doesn't have to be always bad. But if you are in a season of isolation and you're not taking an internal time to work on yourself and actually reflect and gain a relationship within yourself, you just basically wasting the time period of that isolation period. Isolation, it can be beneficial for you, but use that season when God placed you in isolation to actually intentionally work on yourself. Don't be sitting in isolation, sitting here scrolling on doom scrolling. Don't be wasting that isolation to be sitting here and getting, a couple pounds on you because you sitting here eating your favorite sweets. Okay, look, I may be doing that. But look, no, for real though. But the thing about it's the awareness. It's the awareness in the situation. Like, I'm looking like, okay, so if I know that, I'm going through something and I know I need to do better, let's start modifying things, okay? Let's work in our favor. Let's not work against us, okay? Talk about peace. We got to understand peace is an intentional space of settledness. Like, it's like, real peace is that you're not all over the place. You could say, I'm in my peaceful season. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing me. And you still kind of like, you all over the place. Or you still, it's time to find clarity in what you want. Okay. And that really takes you to be aware, being in prayer, or just being in places that your spirit aligns with. Like, you don't have to continue to be something that you're not, because this world, they got their own thing going on. They've been I feel like it's it's all control in the consumption of everything. That's another conversation. But if you want a real life, you want to get your life's worth. I love to say that. If you want to get your life worth, you need to be very intentional about your purpose alignment within on what you need to do. I'm a believer. I believe God created the heavens and earth, and I believe that God created me here for a reason, to not just live to die, to live and live, okay? So we can really let God guide us and not the world. We have to be okay to let go. We got to be okay to let go of the old. We got to be okay to what people trying to build us to be, and how the community and how the program was already set. We have to we gotta step back to our reality and be like, okay, I want something more for myself. And I told myself I want peace. I want to live intentionally with peace. I want joy. I want laughter. I want genuine friendships. I want genuine love. I want genuine everything. That's why I push so hard to do these type of videos and content, because I want a wellness center. I want a place where people can just be genuinely themselves, and just be in a space to be like, okay, this is where I'm lacking at. Can I get a sister to help me and guide me, or give me some tips, some advice or something, so it doesn't have to keep getting passed on to the next and the next and the next and the next? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just really just trusting the process and not rush the process, and be intentional with my own well-being versus been trying to do everything else for everybody else, okay? It's layers to it. We got to start with the core first. And I love to say the core, the heart, and the heart posture on what it is when it comes to the alignment. I feel like that you are overwhelmed by the noise of the world, or do you feel like that you are creating balance within that noise that goes on in the world? And do you feel like you feel like you've been in a season of isolation, or you feel like you are in a season of intentional peace? And if so, what are some things that you are doing to create that intentional season of peace? So, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. I just pray that y'all have an amazing day, a quiet space of peace, intentional, genuine, just everything, because you deserve that. You deserve to live life. You deserve to live life and do great things, because you are great. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. So, I hope you have a good night, y'all.